Good to have you on East Asia tonight. Well, earlier on the program, we were talking about ultra-short, smartphone-friendly content taking the Chinese market by storm. And in a sit-down interview with us, Joey Jia, who runs the company behind RealShort, explains the reasons behind a rising popularity of the app and the vertical format in China.
For people who've never used RealShort, what is the app? What does it do?
For people who never download the RealShort, it's a 1-minute video show. If you think about the RealShort content, we never invent a brand new market. So we're still focusing on the romance element story. We're trying to create a very different new way to storytelling, focusing on the romance element. And people call us the mini soap opera. If you look at the entire video streaming landscape, RealShort is the only app only support the vertical screen, and we are not only to focusing on the romance element, but also we try to create this the moment people can watching our content at any time and anywhere. Okay, sometimes people are watching our show on the lunchtime. Sometimes people watch our show while they're waiting for elevators. So we're trying to create a very unique moment and capture those moments and deliver our content.
Does it cost money to use RealShort? How does it work with potentially paying for this content, or do you pay for the content?
Well, short answer is no. You don't have to pay for the content. We offer, you can unlock several episodes by watching ads every single day. But yes, people sometimes want to pay to unlock the content as quick as possible. So, short answer is no. You don't have to pay the money to unlock the content.
This type of content first became a hit in China and Asia, but now it's coming over to the U.S. Why do you think it really blew up over there first? So, in the publication system is way different in China. Actually, in China, the publication system forced the author to write online and monetize the content by pay-per-episode model. Okay, in the U.S., most of authors follow the traditional way. Release their content and pay per the whole entire book, which is a prepaid model. Because it's the fundamental business model difference, and it's kind of give a lot of lessons and learning for Chinese author how to create the content which can hook the people right away and based on their business model. Okay, if you don't have a hook, you don't have a conflicts every single episode, you're losing your fans. So slowly they build up the system. They have to build the entire the system to fit the business model. But if you look at the traditional U.S. romance industry, people are actually, they have no clue what's happening in the stories. So they pay because of author's name, because of the big publishers. So they pay for it without knowing what's inside the stories. So that's a huge difference. So when we stopped adapting the story, especially on the mobile phone, we found out it's more easy and naturally to adopt a pay-per-episode model by using a different story structure. That is the perfect way you can, through the idea, through the great concept, hook the people and build a very strong motivation for people to finish your story. So naturally fit. That's why I think in China initially, we come up with this idea, and now it's become widely popular in the US.
All right, let's continue with our discussion on the rise of microdramas, once again with Dr. Oscar Zhou, lecturer in Media Studies, University of Kent, as well as CNA's correspondent Tan Sihui. Dr. Zhou, first up, I just want to talk about regulations, because have we seen any tightening of regulations with microdramas? Because I know that China has put in a bit of effort to curb lavish lifestyles by removing some of the ostentatious posts online. We've seen that. But is it easier or more difficult to clamp down with these microdramas?
I think the censorship and the content regulation is always a big concern for short drama kind of apps, but also for kind of the Chinese internet company in general. I think because it's so, let's say, contingent, some really difficult to predict what's going to get censored, because when there's a popular genre and then people tend to duplicate that and to make money, so somehow I think it's very difficult for the sector to deal with the censorship issue. That also means overseas market could be the opportunity for them to do something similar to what RealShort did.
Right. So it is more difficult to censor, but Sihui, I want to talk about China's blockbuster movies. I'm not sure if you've watched like Wolf Warrior and Born to Fly, a bit similar to Top Gun, but the difference is they contain expressions of Chinese nationalism. And do you think micro dramas, it could be a platform for them to be leveraging that in the same vein?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there is a micro drama called I Am a Peking Opera Actor, and that one, it really showcases China's traditions and culture. So definitely microdramas can be leveraged on. But as we've seen in those blockbuster movies, they are popular in the domestic market, but not so popular overseas market. So if microdramas want to expand overseas, I don't think it is likely that we will see Chinese nationalism in the microdramas. What do you think, Dr. Zhou?
I think you are absolutely right. I think in general, there's a rise of nationalism sentiment on social media platform in China. I think that's definitely something we need to pay attention to. But it's unclear how this kind of successful Chinese short drama apps, for example, like a RealShort, how they're going to deal with this kind of sentiment. I think that's a really interesting issue to have a look at.
And Dr. Zhou, I mean, I guess in a nutshell, personally, I mean, are micro dramas your cup of tea?
Yes, I watched one in this morning, which is a very popular genre called billionaire husband genre. So I watched that in the UK. So I'm based in the UK at the moment. So yes, I personally am not a big fan, but I think this is a very, very fascinating kind of genre, because it's changing everything. It's changing the whole audio visual production sector, because they're not doing what Netflix is doing. So their business model is very, very unique.
Right, so I've heard Dr. Zhou. What about you? Sihui, if there have time for only one microdrama, what should I be watching?
I think there are too many billionaire titles in microdramas, like the one that Dr. Zhou he watched. So I would recommend you another one. It's called 我在80年当后妈. So it's this woman who time traveled in the 80s. So that's quite interesting, and it was quite cool, quite popular.
Okay, well, I know what to watch now. Thanks so very much, Sihui. And also Dr. Oscar Zhou. He's a lecturer in Media Studies, University of Kent. And, of course, Sihui. Thanks so much.